You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, a $200 million investment is set to hit Grand Bahama as one of the world's largest resorts comes to the island. The Minister for National Security weighs in on gang violence in the country. And the Children's Home gets a hefty donation during an event over the weekend. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, good news on the horizon for Grand Bahama as plans have been announced for a $200 million investment at Discovery Bay on Sunday. The Weller Development Company is responsible for bringing Six Senses Resort to Grand Bahama, along with businessmen at the Grand Bahama Port Authority executive Rupert Hayward. As president of the investment company tells our Simone Davis, work on this project is expected to begin in the next 12 to 14 months.
Six Senses is coming to Grand Bahama as part of a project that is expected to boost local tourism, development, and investment on the island. Thanks to a collaborative effort between businessmen and GBPA executive Rupert Hayward and president and CEO of the Weller Development Partners, Mark Weller, who explains what makes Grand Bahama the ideal location to invest in a $200 million project on the island.
Well, we thought about it a lot, and we decided what we wanted to do is purchase a piece of land that was available, which was Discovery Bay. And from there, we began looking for a user. We went through a process, coming up with different ideas, and we were incredibly fortunate to meet the team at Six Senses, and they became very interested in the site after we showed them all the benefits and how beautiful it was here. One of the things that was so amazing is the natural beauty, obviously the beaches, the ocean, the proximity to the United States of only 58 miles. All the infrastructure was here, but probably moreover anything, really the people that I met were amazing on the island.
The resort village will host an experience center along with artist studios, relaxed meeting spaces, a fitness center, and Six Senses Spa. According to Weller, the project is now in the planning stages as architects are constructing plans for the site, and the group is working to acquire a permit to begin work on the project in about 12 to 14 months. He says working along with all stakeholders, including the Bahamas government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the process has been easy.
Well, we've had incredible support from everyone involved, quite frankly. The Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, and the local minister have all been incredible. Also, Rupert Hayward from the Port Authority has been an incredible advocate as well. So what we've done is we've used all of that and the natural beauty here to kind of help sell this big idea that we have.
Weller emphasizes that this investment was curated with the Bahamian people at the forefront of their minds, and the group has incorporated ways to provide long-term career opportunities for locals, encourage sustainability, and regenerate activity on the island.
When Rupert Hayward brought me down here, there were several reasons why, but one of the reasons why is because we're a triple bottom line company. So we're really working closely to make sure we're environmentally responsible. We're working with the community at all times, and then we're also making sure that we're profitable. None of those three things sit in front of each other. They all sit evenly. So that really makes a difference, and this is the type of project where we can make a lot of impact and do something great.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
Well, the Department of Labor's Labor on the Blocks 2.0 attracted hundreds to its job fair over the weekend as the Davis administration continues to stand by its commitment to offering solutions for reviving the economy and creating jobs. The fair brought together more than 300 residents and over 30 businesses. Aja Quant reports.
Scores of hopeful residents gathering here at St. George's High School Gymnasium for the Department of Labor Labor on the Blocks 2.0 job fair. Acting Assistant Director at the Department of Labor, Simone Thurston, says that this fair will be impactful as there are many businesses on the island with job vacancies. Also attending is the Minister of National Security and Acting Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, and spouse of the Prime Minister, Mrs. Anne-Marie Davis, touring the fair while speaking with businesses and residents. Acting Assistant Director at the Labor Department, Simone Thurston, says that there are over 30 businesses and the department is seizing this opportunity to host the fair as they are aware of the state of Grand Bahama's economy.
We expect this to have a major impact on Grand Bahama because we have persons who are looking for employers, and a lot of those persons, employers, they're looking for employees now. And so this is the perfect opportunity.
New businesses also taking part in the fair, thanking both the government and the Port Authority for the opportunity.
The Department of Labor reached out to me, Bonnie, and she said, hey, we're going to host a job fair. And then she said, I'd love to invite you. And she sent me all the details. So that alone shows that the government here is proactive. You know, they want to involve all of these people.
While there are businesses hiring on the spot, the Royal Bahamas Police Force were also present to showcase their recruitment and what it takes to become an officer.
I know some of the stakeholders have persons where they can hire on the spot. The police force isn't that entity.
And even the University of the Bahamas issuing applications for admittance.
We want you to also consider your educational studies as well. So in the event you want to eventually move up, we are here as a viable option to remind the public that there are programs that are available at UB North that persons can pursue.
And residents here are also saying that this is a great initiative, particularly for young persons here on the island.
It's exciting. It's bigger than I expected. It's like seeing all these people. It's really good, like knowing that they're actually doing something to get back to the people like that want to work.
They came out looking for people, not just wanting to have a job fair, knowing the economy of the island right now.
Well, I went to the Social Services and the Lead Institute, and they were actually very receptive. They were helpful. They were very excited. The fact that I was a young man with a psychology degree, and they were like very welcoming.
Now the year is winding down, and officials at the Labor Department say that residents can look forward to more fairs like this one in 2023. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azra Quant.
Thanks, Aja. Good to see such a great turnout. Well, in news from the crime beat, police in Grand Bahama are investigating the circumstances surrounding the island's latest murder. The incident occurred last week Friday. Our ZNS News team was called to the scene where Superintendent of Police Gregory Lockhart gave details of this gruesome tragedy.
Shortly before 12 midnight, police received reports of a shooting at a local business establishment in the Hunters area. Uniform and plainclothes officers responded. Upon arrival, they met the lifeless body of a male on scene. EMS attended scene and discovered that the body was lifeless.
Now, as police continue to investigate the matter, they are appealing to the public for assistance in solving the island's latest murder case.
Initial reports indicate that the male was at the local business establishment when he was approached by a lone gunman who opened fire on him, shooting him fatally. We urge any member of the public who may have any information to contact the police at 919 or 911 or CID at 350-3106.
Well, police on Abaco arrested 2 males on that northern island over the weekend. Reports indicate that officers from the Operation Restoration conducted a road check in the area of Don Maquis Boulevard and Essebutle Highway on Friday. They found a black Honda vehicle occupied by 2 males who was stopped and searched. A quantity of suspected marijuana was discovered. The males were arrested and the illegal drugs confiscated. Investigations continue into this matter. Well, speaking on a few prevalent topics in our society as concerns about crime continue to grow, Minister for National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, telling our Jolanda Thompson-Everest that some of the issues such as crime, gang violence, and the judicial system can be resolved by behavioral changes and community involvement.
Community involvement and responsibility is said to be a key factor in combating gang violence. This statement coming from the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, who says that a percentage of our country's murder rate is due to gang retaliation. Today, he speaks to combating these factors and also reconsidering releasing prisoners on bail with ankle monitors. Munro states the only way to address gang murders is to find effective ways to prevent young men from joining gangs.
We're at this event for the Grand Bahama Children's Home, and this is very emblematic of what we face, because if these young children don't find a positive, responsible home, then they will find a home with gangs. So as the wife of the spouse of the Prime Minister says, takes a village to raise a child. Either that village will be a positive village, like the Grand Bahama Children's Home, or it'll be a negative village like the gang. So again, in the words of the Prime Minister, his concept, which is very powerful, of enlightened self-interest, it's in our self-interest to do what is necessary to have these young children be with us rather than with the gangs.
The National Security Minister says other factors such as drug use, defiant behaviors, and mental health disorders also play a major role in the hike in crime.
We ask for people to be monitored because we want to know where you are. If you're going to be released and we think you pose a risk, we want to know where you are. And so that is why we ask for people to be monitored.
Recently, there has been several murder cases where the suspect was either out on bail or wearing an ankle monitor. Some in the community feel as though those who commit such crimes should remain behind bars. However, this is the minister's take on that matter.
Another big category is people who just can't control anger and can't resolve conflicts. And another large quantity of them relates to domestic relationships. So those are the classes of murder. All of them involve behavioral problems. Behavioral issues are issues we can address. For instance, I watch the news and I see a mother say the police maybe didn't have to kill her son, who was an armed robber, caught on tape, robbing 700 wines on tape. But she says he was a thief, not a robber, and then she admits receiving money from him. So as individuals in the community, if we don't take responsibility, then we will not correct our children who are wreaking havoc. It is as simple as that.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson, Everest.
Well, when we come back, the West Grand Bahama Youth Development Association celebrating 30 years in grand style. That story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath. Number 16 Oak Street, phone 688-9661.
The Festival of Pizzas has arrived at Pizza Hut Freeport. Try our chicken margarita, grilled chicken Florentine, veggie deluxe, and the carbonara. Did we mention curry chicken pizza? You can also order a large specialty pizza and get a small one-topping pizza free. Pizza Hut Freeport. Dine-in and delivery. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport.
Island Bedding has the biggest summer sale going on right now. Special. Comforters, mattress pads, sheets, toppers, and best of all, mattress. 35% off, 45% off, 50% off. Oh my goodness! Special, people.
Hi, I'm Wes. I'd like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
We just got the new fiber internet speed bump. Now my internet so fast I can watch 2 4K movies, play video games, and browse on my computer at the same time.
Yeah, my internet so fast I could download a whole season of shows before my noodles done cooking.
Mine so fast when I go to church online, service actually over early.
Mine so fast when I'm working from home, 5 o'clock, come before 3.
Sound like you got this BTC fiber internet speed bump like me.
And it's so fast I had to have it.
Current fiber internet bundle customers now have as much as 3 times the speed. Totally free. Link up with BTC.
It's a coconut got this, cocoa skin driven madness, juiciness ice divide this, sweet like the sugar in a dripping like ice honey, I think all of my love me, sweet like the sugar in a watch it go ba ba ba, watch it go ba ba ba, watch it go ba ba ba.
Shop the 30% off Black Friday sale going on now at Pandora, Port Lucaya.
Harvey's Tech Bargains. Westmore Plaza carries electronics, games, consoles, Fire Sticks, smart TVs, tablets, laptops, accessories, and much more. Phone 602-7657 or 727-6877.
Keeping the temperature right with Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, specializing in servicing of units, unit repairs, duct cleaning, prevention maintenance, project consultation, contractual services, and marine services. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The West Grand Bahama Youth Development Association hosting its 30th anniversary celebration, recognition service, and exhibition this past weekend on the grounds of the Ruth Nell Technical Institute. Some 30 honorees were recognized for their contributions to the organization over the years. This year's celebration service was held under the theme, "We Are Made for Service."
Lift up your head to the rising sun.
The honorees, along with a host of supporters, were all on hand for the West Grand Bahama Youth Development Association's 30th anniversary celebration recognition service. Despite having a medical condition, founder Fred Delancey says he was able to continue the work of service for 3 decades.
All you gotta do, love the Lord with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And love your neighbor as you love yourself. If y'all can do that, y'all will meet me in heaven. And we always laugh, but you do. That's a serious, serious thing.
Over the years, the association has made significant contributions to the development of residents throughout Grand Bahama through after-school classes, summer camps, and high school diploma programs. Deputy Director for the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, Norris Bean, in attendance, extending congratulations.
So on behalf of the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, I congratulate the West Grand Bahama Youth Development Association for all that they have been doing in the western area of Grand Bahama, which includes Hawksbill, Pindus Point, and Lewis Yard, and Hunters. All righty. So I do congratulate. So continue to do a great work. Continue to invest in the life of young people.
The honorees received plaques of recognition for their invaluable contributions to the program that has helped many residents. Recipients Harold Williams and Ross Burrows were both excited.
When you are part of a community and you offer your service, you don't do it for a reward. And the fact that someone remember you and they give you attention this way is really rewarding.
I want to personally thank Mr. Delancey and Mr. Lindy Russell from the West Grand Bahama Youth Sport Development Association for the recognition and honor for the work we've done in the community. We came up under the umbrella. They passed on the baton to us, and now we got to find some other youth or mentee in the local community to try and mentor and pass the baton on to them.
The celebration will continue with the community service mission to North Abaco on November 28, 2022. Congratulations to the honorees. While the Sip and Savor and a Support benefit dinner for the Grand Bahama Children's Home Committee on Saturday night was viewed as a momentous occasion. Numerous of people gathered at the Stone Crab restaurant and raised up to $50,000 in donations to help with living expenses and improve conditions at the home. Our Jolanda Thompson Everest was there and captured how it all went down.
Under the patronage of First Lady Anne Marie Davis, whom was accompanied by Minister of National Security, Interim Minister for Health and Wellness, and Interim Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, and the Minister for Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Obadiah Wilchcombe, mixed and mingled over cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and smooth sailing music by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Pop Band. The doting attendees expressing their excitement, and some rather pulling out their checkbooks and pledging thousands of dollars right on the spot. The wife of the Prime Minister leading the way of remarks, thanking the attendees for their trust and endorsement. She explains to them that the contributions from Sip, Savor, and Support is the perfect message of humanity and how it makes the world a better place.
We need to do all that we can to ensure that our children enjoy their childhood against a backdrop of a secure and loving family life. And if that is missing, we have people like the Children's Home that would stand in the gap for these children.
Grand Bahama Children's Home Kevin Seymour, along with supporters, talking on how important it is for the community to continue protecting and caring for the precious darlings.
A lot of our donors are here tonight, and like most donors, they don't do it for the sake of being recognized and giving praise and everything else. They do it from the heart.
We need more psychologists. We need more special education. We need more for our children to do and to become more holistic in preparation for the transition. Because they're at a particular point, but what happens when they're 15 or 16 or 17? What's next?
This is a fundraiser. Communities come together because they need the funding here. The government only funds a certain percentage, so they have a very big budget, so it's very important to support.
We're here to support as much as we can for the Children's Home. We've been trying to help out as much as we can, and anybody who can come out and help.
I think this sets an example of how the entire community, the Quiet Nation, should be aware of the needs of our children.
The contributors included grand donor Mark and Eileen Weller, who donated $20,000. Donors Tom and Allison Super, Bahamas Hot Mix, ATO Landscaping, Longs Marine, and many more. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
Your Monday evening sports check is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sport. It was a busy weekend of sports here in Grand Bahama with basketball, but let's begin with Team Bahamas preparing for the baseball championships. Team Bahamas national baseball team preparing for the 4th Caribbean Baseball Cup, scheduled for December 4th through the 11th at the National Baseball Stadium in New Providence, is currently in Grand Bahama for training camp. Here's team manager Jerron Sands.
The reason why we decided to come to Grand Bahama, I thought it would have been really good to, train on our home soil, number one. Come to Grand Bahama, the facility is pretty decent facilities here in Grand Bahama. And I just wanted us to feel at home. These guys are away most of the year, so, it was best for us to stay here and kind of get back in the things and bond and be somewhere we're really familiar with.
Making this year's squad is Grand Bahamian Warren Bobby Sanders of the New York Mets single-A affiliate, the St. Lucie Mets.
It's a great feeling, professionally being able to do it, but playing with Bahamas on your chest is a different type of pride, So been playing with most of these guys, coming up from there was like 12. So all us being able to gel together again one more time, I feel like we can do some things in this tournament.
The Bahamas will be matched up against visiting teams from the U.S. Virgin Islands, Haiti, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Curacao. Switching gears now, the Tabernacle Thanksgiving Basketball Tournament begins this week Wednesday at the St. George's Gym.
This year's tournament is being held in honor of Mr. William Dale Burns. Dale was instrumental in the start of this tournament, along with our former principal and coach, Mr. Norris Bain.
We support young people and sports on the island of Grand Bahama, and we commend Tabernacle Baptist Academy for bringing the tournament back.
Pizza Hut is once again excited to be a part of this year's basketball tournament. We believe in supporting our youth, and through athletic sports, we have been a part of that consistently for years on the island of Grand Bahama, and we will continue to do so.
This year we'll have 2 pools with 9 teams. And Pool A will be Columbia High School from the United States, St. George's High, Brainerd High from the United States, Louise McDonald from Bimini. And Pool B, we'll have Bishop Michael Eldon, Tabernacle Baptist, the host school, Sunland Baptist, the #1 ranked school on Grand Bahama, the Admiral High Blue Jays, and the Jack Haywood Senior High Wildcats.
Sticking with hoops action, scores from the Jimmy Culmer Keith Mullins Primary School Basketball League. Walter Parker defeated Sunline 19-11. Maurice Moore and Tabernacle went into overtime, but it was Maurice Moore that came out on top 11-8. Freeport Primary pulled away 7-4 for the W against Freeport Gospel, and Bartlett Hill Primary dominated against Martintown Primary. Final score in that game was 25-3. And that's a quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
This Thanksgiving, reserve your table at Off the Deep Edge Restaurant. They're serving up a special Thanksgiving combo for only $25. RSVP at 352-1664 or WhatsApp 807-3400. Off the Deep Edge Restaurant.
With the holiday season fast approaching, Conant Bahamas says it's time for those window and cabinet upgrades. In stock now are white shaker cabinets, Swiss chocolate, Ovaltine brown, and Hello Milo cabinets. And if you're looking for windows, Conant Bahamas has PVC sliding windows, casement and hurricane sliding impact windows. Conant Bahamas on Queens Highway. Enhance your home in ways that beautify and last. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
With over 30 years of service with integrity, services in Abaco, New Providence, and Grand Bahama, providing modern and state-of-the-art equipment, specializing in the maintenance and operation of waste treatment plants, waste oil movement, sludge extraction, tank cleaning, elite portable toilets, and hand wash stations. We are efficient, reliable, and cutting edge. We are B&B Galaxy.
Come on down to Superb Water Depot and Snacks. We sell and we deliver ice, drinks, purified water, alkaline water, and a variety of snacks. Your one-stop shop for all your snacks and water needs. Contact 242-820-2482. We are located number 2 La France Plaza, Peachtree Street. Purified water, 50 cents a gallon. Alkaline water, 80 cents a gallon. Come on now, you can't beat that. We offer superb quality, superb taste, and superb service. Monday to Saturday, 8 to 8, and Sundays, 8 to 2. Superb Water Depot and Snacks. Come on down.
Park and Shop is having a Thanksgiving sale, 25% off excluding all red tag items. And Dollar Plus has 20% off all Christmas decorations, November 24th through the 30th. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Linnell Tinder, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We also want to wish you a special happy birthday and hope that you're enjoying it so far. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Last time on Bay Street, they cheat us out of music. We're supposed to win music.
There's just a lot of excitement. Seeing the Bahamian people in the stands, cheering for their favorite groups, Chonkanouas in the streets, celebrating, giving it their all, their passion, just celebrating life.
By the time we made it to Bay Street, literally I could hear the group starting to roll over.
What I remember most about the last experience was the joy.
For us, it was bittersweet because we didn't have a chance to come back and kill it again.
I remember, the conversation of 20 New Year's going on for a few months. And before that conversation was over, it was in the pandemic.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report,
Climate advocates score a win. Keys for Christmas. ZNS gives back. And in sports, best of the best sailing plans announced. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is linked up by BTC. Whether it's chatting, gaming, content creating, or working smart to get things done, link up to stay connected with BTC.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. As always, thanks for tuning in. The twists and turns of FTX digital markets fallout. And tonight, we can tell you no campaign funding and no digital wallets. At least that's how Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, today responded to questions from the media following international reports about his government's involvement in the embattled company's operations here in the Bahamas. Based on those reports that FTX Trading chastised the government and provisional liquidators in bankruptcy documents filed in the United States. Prime Minister Davis holds firm he doesn't have a FTX digital wallet or portfolios, and he's not aware if any of his cabinet ministers do. Further, he replied no when asked if the government invested in FTX in any way. And as for FTX's intention to construct boutique hotels in the Bahamas,
I'm not aware of them making any promises about any boutique hotel. The only indication about anything near to that was they were going to build a campus for teaching and like a technical school to house their workers out on West Bay Street. I know they purchased the land. The land was cleared. Now where that is now, I don't know.
The Prime Minister also lamented the negative attention the Bahamas has garnered in light of FTX's implosion.
An unfair characterization. I'm not concerned about our reputation in that regard because most of what is being said is the posturing of persons who would wish to have the liquidation under their control. So once that is settled, you'll see that everything will just blow away. I have positioned the Bahamas to be the leading jurisdiction in the digital assets space. I'm intending to keep that position, and the only thing of concern is reputational consequences, and I'm dealing with that.
Well, the Prime Minister was speaking on the sidelines of delivering an early Christmas gift to several families, that of affordable housing. Desmond Saunders has the details.
18 Bahamians receiving the keys to their new homes in the Pinecrest subdivision, South Beach, Monday. The initiative, part of the government's push to provide home ownership to thousands of Bahamians.
There's 18 more individuals and families who tonight can rest their heads in the peace and comfort of their own home. This is dignity.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, says Monday's ceremony is an important milestone and a tremendous feat in the government's affordable home ownership program.
This is a strong testament to the focus and diligence of the Minister of Transport and Housing and her team, the Permanent Secretary, the Undersecretary, the Chief Housing Officer, and all the public housing officers who work assiduously to help Bahamians realize their dreams of home ownership. To date, the working arrangements between the central government, a quasi-government agency, a private sector agency, and other stakeholders who have lent their full strength and attention to this project has proved to be fruitful and rewarding.
In just over 11 months, some 40 Bahamians are occupying newly constructed family structures through the Department of Housing. In addition to the Pinecrest subdivision, government homes are being constructed in the Carmichael district and several family islands, including Abaco.
The key recipients have all qualified independently. We are especially proud to see young people becoming homeowners, especially in this recovery economic climate. Home ownership in the developing Bahamas is possible, and I believe through these programs is plausible for many, many more Bahamians. It is important to note that over 47% of the key recipients to date are employed in the public service or with quasi-government agencies. They include teachers, nurses, public officers, and members of the uniformed branches.
These new homeowners are grateful for their new lease.
Being self-employed, it has its challenges of being approved for a mortgage and so forth. So to finally reach this milestone, it's a relief, to be honest, to know that now, you paying money every month and the funds are just going to waste it now. And you pay something, it can be something that you can call your own at the end of the day.
An early Christmas wish for these 18 Bahamians who can now enjoy comfort and tranquility in their new space. This is the third key presentation since the start of the Pinecrest subdivision construction, which is 80% complete. More keys to be delivered to more Bahamians in the coming weeks. Desmond Saunders of Bahamas Tonight.
Well, thanks, Desmond. A milestone in the life of the Industrial Tribunal as it takes a pivotal step in continued efforts to improve the country's efficiency and productivity in trade dispute mechanisms in the digital age. Delivering the keynote address at the opening ceremony of the Tribunal's legal year Monday morning, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis threw out the challenge to the Tribunal to expand its creative ideas to other islands. Among others, bringing remarks, Labour and Immigration Minister, the Honourable Keith Bell, who lauded the Tribunal for providing strong judgments, and this despite the issues. Yet he said there are still challenges. We'll have more details in a later newscast. In other news this evening, a major breakthrough in the global fight against climate change as delegates from nearly 200 countries have given the green light for the establishment of a loss and damage fund to assist vulnerable countries deal with climate disasters. Fern Carey has the details.
Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis calling the establishment of the Loss and Damage Fund an important, long overdue step in the right direction for climate justice. Nearly 200 countries signed off on the deal following 2 weeks of talks at the close of the high-level Climate Change COP27 conference. The long overdue fund will compensate developing countries grappling with climate disasters that are being made increasingly worse by global warming. Prime Minister Davis said, while many thought establishing the fund was impossible, the moral case for doing so is undeniable, particularly as countries that have contributed the least to global warming are on the front lines of climate change. However, he said the next move is to ensure that significant funding is committed in order to create a fair, transparent mechanism for compensating developing countries. He also indicated that it is crucial to persuade political and business leaders to buy into the climate fight, as the progress is in their own interests as well.
Great news to me, because as you know, that was one of the reasons why I went, to ensure that we first of all got loss and damage on the agenda. We were able to succeed in getting it on the agenda. They did it without and excluded liability. Fortunately, we were able to add liability to discussion, and look where we are now.
Noting that we are already entering a new climate era, Prime Minister Davis again stressed that we all have a role to play in the climate fight. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, senators giving their approval to sit in a joint session with the House of Assembly on Wednesday. The House of Assembly adjourned last week with a resolution that its members would meet in a joint sitting with the upper chamber. That resolution was followed up with a formal invitation delivered in a formal message to the President of the Senate and senators this morning. In response, Government Leader and Minister of Economic Affairs, the Honourable Michael Halkitis, proposed a resolution to which senators unanimously approved.
In accordance with the provisions of the rules of this Honourable Senate, I would like to move the following adjournment resolution. Resolved that this Senate accepts the invitation extended by the Honourable House of Assembly to meet in a joint sitting of the Parliament in the chamber of the Honourable House of Assembly on Wednesday, 23rd of November 2022 at 10 a.m. And be it further resolved that this Senate stands adjourned to Wednesday, 23rd November 2022 in the said joint sitting of the Parliament in the debating chamber of the Honourable House of Assembly.
Hi, this is Chief Meteorologist Basil Dane with a tropical weather update brought to you by BTC and CBS Bombers. 10 days remaining in the official tropical cyclone season, and we're still just looking at this broad area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms, which has really been sitting there in the southwest Caribbean Sea for several days now. It's having some difficulty developing, and that's because of the presence of some upper-level wind sharing. Elsewhere in the tropics, tropical cyclone development is not anticipated over the next 5 days. This has been a tropical weather update brought to you by BTC and CBS Bombers.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
Hear that? Brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
We just got the new fiber internet speed bump. Now my internet so fast I can watch 2 4K movies, play video games, and browse with my computer at the same time.
Yeah, my internet so fast I could download a whole season of shows before my noodles run cooking.
Mine so fast when I go to church online, service actually over early.
Mine so fast when I'm working from home, 5 o'clock, come before 3.
Sound like you got this BTC fiber internet speed bump like me.
And it's so fast, I had to have it.
Current fiber internet bundle customers now have as much as 3 times the speed. Totally free. Link up with BTC. We need to save.
Be happy! Save at KFC with the one-piece chicken box fill-up for only $5.95. Enjoy genuine savings and the genuine flavor of KFC chicken fried to golden perfection with crispy fries, a buttery biscuit, and an ice-cold Pepsi. Only at KFC Nassau.
The #1 high school basketball showcase in America is back for another year. Last year, we brought you guys the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest in Dallas, Texas, the Red River Hoop Fest in Texarkana, and the Holiday Hoop Fest in Salt Lake City, Utah. Our series has brought through some elite-level talent by the likes of Trae Young, NBA All-Star, Marcus Smart, De'Aaron Fox, and the list goes on and on. This year, we're super excited to let you guys know we're adding a new stop to the Hoop Fest basketball series. I hope you guys are ready, because we're bringing some of the top high school basketball players in America right here to the Nassau, Bahamas for the Hoop Fest in Paradise. 4 of the top high school teams in the U.S. will be right here competing against each other. When? December 16th and 17th. You can expect some sharp shooting, high flying, and straight up gritty basketball at this year's Hoop Fest in Paradise. December 16th and 17th, 4 of the top high school teams in America will be right here in Nassau, Bahamas. Will you be here?
Too tired of hoping the right candidates.
Hey, baby, you back? Man, it's so good to be home. All I do is eat, shop, and party.
Well, I know you left all of your money over there. I hope you left COVID there too. Anyway, you could get your COVID test for free.
COVID test for what?
Yes, there is rapid antigen COVID tests for anyone who travel who wants to get one.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't sick. What I need a COVID test for?
You don't have to have symptoms. We just want to be sure that the only thing you brought back with you is what is inside that suitcase.
You say it free?
You do not even have to make an appointment. And guess what? You have your results back within 15 minutes.
Wait, you say it quick, convenient, and it free? Thanks. Let me go find one of these testing sites.
Message is brought to you by PAHO WHO and the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Vigilance, the key takeaway after 4 traffic fatalities this weekend. 3 on Sunday. We begin with the incident here in New Providence, and based on what police have shared with us, a 62-year-old man was in the Kamaica Road area around 7:30 last evening when he was struck. The West Street resident was taken to hospital where he died. Just about 2 hours later came reports of a similar tragedy over in Eleuthera. In this case, the driver of a silver Nissan Note is said to have collided into a casuarina tree in Gregory Town. The incident killing the female passenger on impact, while the male driver is fighting for his life in hospital here in New Providence. Very early that same day, a 60-year-old woman was killed on Queens Highway. Apparently, officers were patrolling the area of Low Sound when they spotted a pink Nissan Note with extensive damage to the front of the vehicle. Further investigations revealed a nearby business establishment had also been damaged. The woman's lifeless body was found in the car. A team of officers from the traffic division were to head to Andros to assist with that investigation. This as the probe continues into a traffic accident on Acklands that ended the life of a police officer there. The officer was reportedly driving a police vehicle north along Kings Highway in Salina Point when he lost control, causing the vehicle to overturn. The officer died on the scene. Andros and New Providence, both the scene of 3 reported cases of sexual assault. Police tell us in the first case, a 27-year-old Andros woman was on Friday awakened by a male she knew who forced his way into her home and sexually assaulted her. A 24-year-old man was arrested shortly before 3 p.m. Saturday. Also on Friday, a 37-year-old woman shared a similar story to the police here in the capital. A day later, 2 women, both 20 years old, reported that a masked gunman entered their home and sexually assaulted them. The suspect is said to have ran off in an unknown direction. At last report, the culprits in both incidents were still on the run. Any information that can help police find them should be phoned into the Criminal Investigations Department, and that's at 502-9991 or 2 or 3. Well, in other news, still on crime news rather, a Good Samaritan's nursing serious wounds in hospital after being stabbed early Saturday morning around 3:30. Preliminary reports are that the 28-year-old man was helping out a hitchhiker in the area of Mermaid Boulevard when he spotted the man trying to steal his cell phone. The man confronted the hitchhiker. This, however, led to him being stabbed multiple times. We're told the suspect managed to exit the victim's vehicle and escape. Police said the wounded man's in serious condition. On to more positive news. Thanksgiving Day, not until Thursday, but for a number of seniors, the events of today offered as good an opportunity as any to give thanks and praise. And at the heart of it, ZNS. Carla Palmer reports.
For executives and staff at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, ZNS, all roads led to Nurse Naomi Anna Christie Center for Older Persons in Jasmine Gardens. There, the ZNS team, led by its executive chairman, Picewell Forbes, held a special service of Thanksgiving for the residents of that home before showering them with gifts of food items and a hot meal of everything Thanksgiving. Dubbed the Give Back Ceremony, the initiative commemorated the corporation's 45th anniversary of television and this November as Volunteers Month. Acting General Manager Andrew Burrows is satisfied that the overall objective of making a real impact was realized.
The tangible display of our role as the people's station. You can't say you're the people's station if you're not out there with the people, for the people.
Both Minister of Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Obi Wilshcombe, and Member of Parliament for South Beach, Bacchus Roll, applauded ZNS for their corporate generosity.
But the truth is, the establishment of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas was to give, was intended to connect the Bahamas. We're an archipelagic nation. That is why it's so important to appreciate the work that you do. And I wish to celebrate all of you who have made a difference. I wish to celebrate the chairman who has returned to his home and now providing the leadership.
The wider Bahamas. If you have the opportunity to donate your time, your talents, or your treasure, please consider donating it to our elderly. Yes. The truth of the matter is, no society is better than its elderly.
Overcast skies with intermittent rain did not postpone the event that was broadcast live simultaneously both on ZNS radio and television. Intent on following through with their mission, ZNS staff were immovable. Executive Chairman Picewell Forbes could not have said it any better.
Heard quickly at the outset he had some bad weather in the south. And we could have easily said, well, rain coming, let's pull up. You know how some people go. But Karen and the entire crew, the technical crew, decided we'll stick it out. And thanks to you, Brother Jervis, you and the boys, you stuck it out. It isn't the easiest place to operate with technical equipment. But we are live for the entire world to see what's happening here in South Beach this morning. I want to say thanks to ZNS for making it happen. And that's why I am proud to be a part of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Yes. Because only the sun covers the Bahamas better than we do.
Giving back in this fashion is nothing new for ZNS. This is something the Broadcasting Corporation has been doing for the past 10 years, every Thanksgiving. And from every indication, is likely to continue. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Well, as you just heard, it's the season of Thanksgiving, and one generous corporate citizen is choosing to observe it by paying it forward. Electro Telecom Limited President Paul Smith paying a visit to administrators of the Willie Mae Pratt Center for Girls and Simpson Penn School for Boys to turn over a gift certificate for appliances both schools have needed for a while. With the generous presentation, Willie Mae Pratt School set to acquire a dryer, and the Simpson Penn School, a washer. Smith tells us why giving back to the two organizations was so important. Well, meantime, Smith also hosting a Thanksgiving luncheon for the residents of both schools. Among the keynote speakers at the event, Minister of Works, the Honorable Alfred Sayers, Minister of Social Services, the Honorable Obadiah Wilchcombe, and spouse of the Prime Minister, Anne Marie Davis.
I want to see all of you excel in your gifts and your talents and your education, okay? The mistakes you make in life, the mistakes you have made, does not define what you do in your future. It does not make your future. Whatever happens, you have to dust yourselves off and you have to move on.
Well, we're just days away from Thanksgiving, and you know what that means, a busy holiday travel period. And key stakeholders of the Lynden Pindling International Airport have finalized plans to handle the uptick at the country's main gateway. For instance, to better manage flow from the curbside to the airside, there's a new cell phone waiting lot that allows individuals picking up passengers to park free of charge for up to 60 minutes, reducing congestion on the curbside. Vehicles must be occupied at all times. That then means that any left unattended or parked indiscriminately in non-designated parking areas will be towed at the owner's expense. As well as a flight tracking app, there's a new airport management system and new airport operating database. Among other things, this would predict trends related to flight cancellations, delays, or diversions. Now, officials anticipate between 25,000 and 35,000 passengers between Thursday, November 24th and Sunday, November 27th, an increase over 2021's figures. Now, passengers traveling during this peak period are encouraged to arrive at LPIA 3 hours ahead of U.S.-bound flights and 2 hours in the case of international and domestic flights. And speaking of flying off, the national flag carriers capitalizing on what merchants have termed Cyber Week. From deals and discounts to air and resort credits, tourism officials are touting the savings to lock in, and that includes a dream getaway to a familiar favorite or brand new island you've been eager to explore. Just consider this. You can get a $500 air credit when you book a 7-night stay in the Out Islands, 20% off, plus $250 resort credit at Atlantis Paradise Island, the 3rd night free at Resorts World Bimini, and more. Well, now time for the weekly poll question, and this week we're asking, do you believe the Bahamas scrutinizes foreign investors well enough? Yes or no? Now, to participate, simply log on to our website, and that's www.znesbahamas.com, as well as any of our social media platforms to answer. The poll's final results will be aired on Friday, and as always, Thanks for participating. There's more to come when we return with the Bahamas Tonight.
Tourism today. Bahamas Tourism today.
The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation's Director of Investments, Felicia Woods Hanna, presented at the Long Island Business Outlook this past week, sharing great news for the island.
To date, since September of 2021, I took on the position of director in October of 2021. Since that time, we've processed $660 million worth of investments, one of which you've heard a lot about, which is the Calypso Cove Port. The other project, valuing about $410 million over a 3-phased project, is at the old Diamond Crystal property. And so Southern Long Island will see a lot of activity in the coming year with both the Salinas project, which is the Diamond Crystals project, as well as the Calypso Cove. When it comes to investment promotions, this administration has made the decision to take the approach of a specialized promotional strategy that is geared towards showcasing the needs and the culture of each island. And so with that being said, in my role as Director of Investments, I hope to speak to the Long Island Chamber of Commerce and wider the residents of Long Island to really participate in how that promotional strategy should be put together.
For more information on the Bahamas Investment Authority, visit bahamas.gov.bs. I'm Danielle Bodie, and this is Tourism Today.
To think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
Education Minister Glenys Hanna-Martin, along with Acting Education Director Dominique Russell, recently paid the staff and students of Anatole Rogers High School a special visit. The Acting Director implored students to know what it is they want to do in life and to know how they're going to get there.
Some of you may not necessarily have the funds or the resources to go to college, to matriculate to a tertiary education, but you can work towards it. You could work part-time and go to school part-time, right? Some of you will get a scholarship because you have the capacity, but the rest of you may have to work part-time and go to school. Some of you are going to go to an academic institution, and some of you may choose to go through BTVI or trade school and get certifications, right? But you need to know what you are going to do and how you are going to ensure that it gets done. There are over 5,000 of us at the Ministry of Education, and we've been tasked with helping you achieve your goals.
Minister Hanna-Martin, meantime, challenged students to discover their potential.
Every single young person in this hall has potential. Potential is like raw material that was planted in you by the one and only God. For those who develop skills, technical skills, the technical and vocational, in the 21st century, go for it. For those who are going to use their physical talents like sports to get scholarships, to get an education, go for it.
And with that, I'm Adama Williams for Ed Talk.
The most rewarding time of the year. To RBC, get a loan to buy whatever. RBC makes it better. Get a loan and don't pay till New Year.
Make Christmas what you want it to be with a personal loan from RBC. Apply at rbc.com/Caribbean/loan and don't pay till February 2023. RBC makes it better.
Get a loan and don't pay till New Year. To RBC.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Come for the specials and stay for the savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Devon corned beef, 12 ounce, $2.79. Hunt's tomato paste, 12 ounce, $1.95. Whole chickens, $1.99 per pound. Panama raw shrimp, $41.50, 12 ounce, $5.99. Baking potatoes, 5 pounds, $3.99. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Get a merry makeover this Christmas from Scotiabank. Apply for a Scotiaplan loan to win a home renovation. This Christmas, unwrap the celebration. $3,000 for your home, new lamp, new decor, new couch that you
Win
own.
a $3,000 home goods gift card when you apply for a Scotiaplan loan this Christmas. We're giving you the gift of a low interest rate and up to 2 months with no payments. Plan the perfect Christmas with your Scotiaplan loan. Use it for any purpose, plus benefit from flexible payment terms. Apply for a Scotiaplan loan now to enter to win a merry home makeover.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
NBA League Pass is the coolest way to watch the hottest game there is. When threes rain down and superstars heat up. When clutch jumpers splash and your team is fire. You'll be there for up to 40 games a week. Any way you want to watch. NBA League Pass. Order now.
After a 2-year hiatus, forced largely in part to the COVID-19 pandemic, a local favorite kickoff to Christmas returned this past weekend. This colorful gathering on Village Road marking the 29th installment of beloved festive family event, Jollification. It's a BNT fundraiser which sees thousands of attendees peruse the retreat grounds in hopes of scoring an early Christmas gift. This year, though, festival goers met a few different features. Here's Jollification event organizer Lynn Gape.
Took the opportunity of being off for 2 years to kind of rethink the event a little bit. And because of COVID, we wanted to avoid too much congestion. So we have always had in the past, I guess, 6 to 7 years, we had put the holiday spirits at the back of the property. We changed that format. We brought the holiday spirits back out front. And what it did was it dispersed the crowd and really gave a nice vibe to the thing.
Now, officials estimate that a little over 4,000 people attended on Saturday alone. It's a huge advantage for jollification vendors, some of whom have participated for many years.
This is usually definitely the kickoff for the season. People come out, they get to see your products, they can follow back up if they want gifts after for Christmas. Thanksgiving, I try to capitalize on with the cranberry sauce and the pepper jelly. It's great for your turkey and ham.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
You can find it all at Builders Mall. From cement, lumber, block, plumbing, and electrical to paint, lights, vanities, and tiles. Not to mention all the tools you could possibly need to get the job done. Say if you're starting a major project, adding the finishing touches, or just doing some repair or rental work around the house. FYP, the Paint Center, and Tile King can help. Stop by or call 601-8453. Located 69 Wolf Road, Nassau. You can find it all at Builders Mall. Building, painting, and tiling, the Bahamas.
People often ask what type of activities are allowed or prohibited in marine protected areas.
It depends on the type of marine protected area, or MPA, the reason it was created, and what's agreed upon in the management plan that's developed in consultation with nearby communities.
As a general rule, any activity that would result in a long-term decline of populations of marine organisms or destruction of their habitats would be restricted or prohibited.
Some activities that may be allowed with regulations or prohibited altogether include boating, anchoring or mooring, collecting or disturbing wildlife, fishing, scuba diving, snorkeling and water sports, dredging, drilling or mining, and dumping or discharge of pollutants. Visit Bahamas Protected on Facebook to learn more about marine protected areas. See the future.
The #1 high school basketball showcase in America is back for another year. Last year, we brought you guys the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest in Dallas, Texas, the Red River Hoop Fest in Texarkana, and the Holiday Hoop Fest in Salt Lake City, Utah. Our series has brought through some elite-level talent by the likes of Trae Young, NBA All-Star, Marcus Smart, De'Aaron Fox, and the list goes on and on. This year, we're super excited to let you guys know we're adding a new stop to the Hoop Fest basketball series. I hope you guys are ready, because we're bringing some of the top high school basketball players in America right here to the Nassau, Bahamas for the Hoop Fest in Paradise. 4 of the top high school teams in the U.S. will be right here competing against each other. When? December 16th and 17th. You can expect some sharp shooting, high flying, and straight up gritty basketball at this year's Hoop Fest in Paradise. December 16th and 17th, 4 of the top high school teams in America will be right here in Nassau, Bahamas. Will you be here?
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing, maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy. Or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
4 men taken into custody on San Salvador following a drug bust there. The arrest, the end result of police searching a home on Sugarloaf early Sunday morning. There, officers found 10 grams of marijuana at the back of the house. The drugs clocking in an estimated street value of $100. The matter is under investigation. Well, critical water supply challenges to be addressed in Mangrove Key and Ross. Officials of the Water and Sewage Corporation assuring as much to those residents. According to WSC Acting General Manager Robert Deal, the corporation has substantially completed the tender drawings for the replacement of all existing gray PVC 4-inch mains that are the source of frequent water leaks, which result in low pressure or no water supply. He said this includes extending new water mains to parts of the community without a piped water supply, while a technical team will visit Mangrove Key this week to complete a final survey to ensure the scope of works captures all homes and businesses. Once the tender process has been completed by next month and a contract awarded, a community meeting will be scheduled to update customers and residents in the community as to the specific timelines for the project. Now, in the meantime, the corporation's team in Mangrove Key will continue to repair all leaks and continue on with pressure management efforts to prevent any new leaks. Residents are also being asked to report any leaks promptly, to no matter how small. The corporation apologizes for any inconvenience caused. It's now time for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, McKishla. Outside of our studios, we're under mostly cloudy skies. Temperature warm, 81 degrees. Relative humidity at 77%. We have northeast winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,018.4 millibars. That's 38.08 inches, and the pressure is rising. Temperatures around the family violence this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 75 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Green Toll Key in Abaco, Marshall, Abaco at 76 degrees, Berry Island 77, Allenstown, Bimini 80 degrees, 79 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, 78 degrees, 82 in Black Point, Exuma, Otterstown, Kid Island, 84, picking up another 82 in Kemps Basin Andros, with Fresh Creek and Central Andros reporting 81 degrees. San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, all at 84 degrees, 85s in Rygat Island, Clown, San Island, and the Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, 82, Ackles, 82, Matthewtown, Inagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands also reporting 82 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center in the Northwestern Islands. Tonight through Tuesday, easterly winds at 12 to 18 knots. Moderate seas, they're going to be around 3 to 6 feet over the ocean with caution flags up. Low tide, that will occur at 11:40 tonight. You can expect a high tide at 6:01 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands through Tuesday, easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots and the wave height 4 to 7 feet. We also have caution flags in place for the central and southeastern islands as well into Tuesday. And then on Wednesday in the northwestern islands, those winds will fall off light and variable, so we'll drop the caution flags on Wednesday. And seas, they're going to be around 1 to 3 feet, so that's a typo there. High tide, 6:47 in the morning with a low tide at 1:15 in the afternoon. In the central islands, southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast, winds also coming down, but we'll keep that caution flag only for the southeast bombers on Wednesday, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Yeah, you need to change your ways. What kind of move that you making? That's what the people say. But the way I move my body, make the boys them want to play. The way I jump into the music, I make the boys them say.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant here to educate you on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Here's what you don't do. Do not pull up from the pump without first checking that the nozzle has been removed from your car. Because if you pop this, that's about $600,000 to $30,000 to replace. These things ain't cheap. What you want to do is make sure that the nozzle has been removed, or just wait for the universal sign, which is the double tap.
Get a merry makeover this Christmas from Scotiabank. Apply for a Scotia Plan loan to win a home renovation. This Christmas, unwrap the celebration. $3,000 for your home, new lamp, new decor, new couch that you
Win
own.
a $3,000 home goods gift card when you apply for a Scotia Plan loan this Christmas. We're giving you the gift of a low interest rate and up to 2 months with no payments. Plan the perfect Christmas with your Scotia Plan loan. Use it for any purpose, plus benefit from flexible payment terms. Apply for a Scotia Plan loan now to enter to win a merry home makeover.
NBA League Pass is the coolest way to watch the hottest game there is. When threes rain down and superstars heat up. When clutch jumpers splash and your team is fire. You'll be there for up to 40 games a week. Any way you want to watch. NBA League Pass. Order now.
Our free pick, pack, delivery service gives everyone in the Family Islands a chance to shop a variety of club products and prices right from home. Simply call or WhatsApp your order to 242-677-7266 or email order@amlfoods.com. A friendly customer service representative is waiting to pick, pack, and deliver your order to the mailboat of your choice. The options are truly endless, and with membership, you save even more. So order today and let Costrite pick, pack, and deliver right to you.
I've been blown away. Totally love the vibe to really be able to lead this process. I feel a great sense of gratitude around being able to have Shelly to be here with us.
This event was one that you had to be here.
You know, anytime that I am able to spend time with especially young women who have aspirations and things they want to achieve, it is just always wonderful. So this has been a terrific experience today.
It's electric.
The color of Christmas cannot be subdued. Its power unleashed in so many hues. When the color of Christmas is spread far and near, love is so rampant during this time of year. Merry Christmas to you. Christmas.
Who made these?
I don't know. It's God's precious gift to our great Bahama land. Color your holiday at the Fame Place with our 20% off store-wide sale.
The Sports Report is brought to you by Hoop Fest in Paradise, December 16th to the 17th at the Kendall G. Lysick Gym. The best in U.S. and Bahamian high school basketball. Welcome to your Monday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports news after a nearly 3-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Best of the Best Regatta is set to return to Montague Bay, slated for December 1st through the 4th. The pinnacle of sloop sailing in the country, the event is set to host over 60 vessels over 4 classes, as dozens of local skippers will battle it out for bragging rights, shiny floating trophies, as well as a cash prize. Making the announcement of its return alongside corporate sponsors was the minister responsible for regattas, the Honorable Clay Sweeting.
Best of the Best Regatta displays the best the Bahamas has to offer in the sport of sailing, a tradition that has been part of the Bahamian identity for over 80 years. This is significant because the government is endeavoring to make sailing the country's national sport. We are hoping to make this official by next year as we celebrate our country's 50th independence anniversary. We expect that this event will bring more than 20,000 Bahamians to Montague foreshore to witness and participate.
While several other regattas have taken place this year, the Commodore for the event is promising that the sailors are eager to hit the water and the competition will be as fierce as ever.
So in terms of the competition, you can have the defending National Family Island Regatta champion, the new legend out of Long Island. She's going to be here, of course, and you also have the running tide out of Long Island. So also in the B class, you can have the Lonesome Dove who's the National Family Island Regatta champion in the B class, and you're going to have Vinny K, who's the C class champion from the last National Family Island Regatta. So you have all the champions here, and they will compete to determine who would be the best of the best.
As for the onshore activities, there certainly will be a bevy of options to keep patrons entertained.
The Regatta Village will open on Thursday, December 1st at 11 a.m. And we have native dishes from almost every island, every settlement, every key on the Bahamian map. We will have live DJ music daily. And as mentioned, on Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, we will have a best of the best Bahamian concert.
Still on sailing news, Saturday was the final race day of the 2022 North American Optimist Sailing Championships over at Montague and concluded what was an historic week for Bahamian sailors. A pair of Bahamians advanced to this weekend's Gold Fleet for the final races. Patrick Tomlinson and Zane Monroe earned their Gold Fleet qualification to lead the 19-member team. Monroe and Tomlinson would finish 35th and 41st, respectively, while Craig Ferguson would finish in the 59th spot, putting three Bahamians among the top 60 finishers for the first time ever. Overall, Team Bahamas would finish fourth in the standings.
Well, I mean, I think it was a great event for all of us, and we've held this regatta here 3 years ago, and we've all, I think, improved a lot, and it shows in the results how we've all been working together, and we've really brought the level up here and really introducing sailing more and more here in the Bahamas.
So it was a great week. I had lots of fun. There was good competition. It was my first time making the Gold Fleet in an IOTA event. So I was really proud, and I had a great time.
It means a lot for us to come to top 60 in North Americans, and here in our home country, it means a lot to us, and we've worked hard over the last 2.5 years to accomplish this.
On the hardwood, Kiki Rice would lead UCLA to a 66-58 overtime win over Marquette today in the championship game of the Battle for Atlantis women's tournament. Rice had a career-high 18 points and 7 rebounds, with grad transfer Gina Conti notching 16 points. Leading scorer Charisma Osborne had 9 points, but chipped in with 6 assists. After starting the tournament with a 72-65 win against South Dakota on Saturday to avenge a season-ending loss in the NIT last year, UCLA then took down number 11 Tennessee in the semifinal on Sunday before coming out with a championship win today. The University of the Bahamas men's basketball team dropped both games this weekend against Atlantis University in South Florida. Despite some defensive spurts, the Mingos lost to the Atlanteans 110-60 on Friday night, then came back on Saturday to lose 89-40. This was only the second game for the very young team that came in with only one full game before the tour. Head coach Bacchus Roll says he's going to trust the process of developing the team.
We ran into a well-conditioned team that fights for everything they get. We are, of course, a bit inexperienced and a young team, and as a result of that, you played differently. You may play a bit timid, but in this second game, we truly, in my opinion, came out with more intensity. We came out to win. For me, I trust the process over the results, and ultimately, if we continue along this line, we will get better.
And maybe you live under a rock or turned off your phone last night. In that case, you may have missed it. Bahamian basketball player and Charlotte Hornets forward Kai Jones going viral last night. The reason? This impressive reverse jam against the Washington Wizards. The Charlotte Hornets commentator could not hold back his excitement following the impressive slam. The dunk going super viral on social media, garnering over 1 million views on Twitter. Jones and the Hornets would fall to the Wizards, though, 106-102. Kai Jones would finish with 4 points and 1 rebound. And that's been a look at your sports on this Monday. A check on weather when we return. The Sports Report was brought to you by Hoop Fest in Paradise, December 16th to the 17th at the Kendall Geologics Gymnasium, the best in U.S. and Bahamian high school basketball.
Are you a contractor or new homeowner? Maybe you need a few pieces of lumber for your DIY projects. Welcome to Capital Lumber. the newest building materials company in the Bahamas, located on Parkgate Road, Nassau, helping you to maximize your savings on lumber, cement, shingles, tools, and much more. Your one-stop shop for all your building essentials. With free delivery to the mailboat, visit us today. Capital Lumber. Build strong.
Global Learning Exchange can help make your education dreams a reality. Enroll now and your first course is complimentary. Sign up for a free information session today to learn more.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know? There's a Can Drive coming up, and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give of your time.
Not one, not two, but 3 days of fun. Get your 20s ready because there's something for everyone. That's right. Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center on Mackey Street in the former Q Club building is having a 3-day Binorama, November 25th, 26th, and 28th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Anything you want in the bin, from a selection of house and kitchenware items, games, toys, and electronics for just $20. So come on down because this is an event you don't want to miss.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, a satellite picture showing that front boundary, which has been up and down across the northwest Bahamas over the last several days, bringing some more showers to the area today as it backed up over the northwest Bahamas. We expect another push towards the southeast, and again, that will bring some more showers to the forecast area. Tonight, though, we're looking at mostly cloudy and warm with a passing shower developing late. The low temperature just around 75 degrees. And tomorrow, variable cloudiness, breezy, humid with passing showers still in the mix, 84 degrees for your high. And the extended weather forecast, the wet stuff is going to be with us right into Wednesday. We get a little break on Thursday as the skies open up a bit, but that will be short-lived as the showers will return once again on Friday. And that should take us into the early part of Saturday, where we will see some temperatures dropping into the 60s during the nighttime as of Saturday. And that should take us into the early part of next week. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 4th Annual Caribbean Baseball Cup at the new Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium here in Nassau, Bahamas. On the visitor side is Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, Haiti, Curacao, and Cuba. Prepare yourself for exciting adult baseball competition. Home Team Bahamas is ready to take on the world. December 4th through the 11th.